Welcome to my tutorial on how to do your own spiritual insights and fortunes. The first step you want to do is download through your description the zip file and unzip it to Graph89. Graph89 should be on your SD card now. And we're going to open up this Enigma Graph89 APK for new phones. Install. Sometimes it'll ask you on older phones, and then open. If you are going to allow the permission to install from unknown sources. And this is just an app that does a TI-89 emulator or graphing calculator. So there's no reason to worry. We're going to ROMs and add ROM, browse, and we're looking for the TI-89 operating system. So I also keep that in Graph89. TI-89 operating system is this bottom right one, TI-89 Titanium OS. And then the calculator type is TI-89 Titanium. You can call this what you want. I'm calling mine Sprint Sites. And you push the back arrow. Alright, it's installing the new emulator. Now we go to Home. And next, we go to this EMU button, Emulator. And we install files. We'll be selecting 2025 May Insights. And it'll be installing them fairly quickly. Once we've received everything, we're going to go ahead and practice by going to Catalog, F4, and the first thing we're going to do is the most important one, Insight. If you read this right here, it says number of phrases, or you can put down a number, perfect legal act, or we can just do my favorite, and that's a string. And then we use quotation marks, so second, and this button down here, you only need 2 of them. Alright. You can put down anything. I usually put space and a 1. And this keeps track of what number I'm on. There are multiple things to tell you about this new insight function. Alright, to do this practice one, I'll read it. It says, I truly can have flexibility, but I must pray always to set goals. Sometimes when you do multiple of them, they'll have a number before it, like this one has a number before. That means you need to do 3 of them. So 2 dash, that was number 1, and 2-2 would be the second. It says there's 4 for the second one. You don't have to go on forever. Add a 4th one. Alright, sometimes it has clarity at the end. So it says coworkers twice. Let's see if this one has clarity. I must be charmed by math. I must rely on my past to pursue my passions because I desire wickedness. This one also does not have clarity. So let's try number 3. If it ever goes up too high, you can push escape and then go up 1. I'm going to teach you how to speed things up, like how I sped up through there. Go to Emulator, ROM configuration. At the bottom has CPU speed, 250%. Now it'll not only process more quickly, but also be able to scroll and move more quickly. It says I must hope a test to listen to my emotions. Alright, the probability that it'll have clarity is like 1 out of 5. So if I do 5 of them, there'd be a high chance of getting some clarity. Nothing. Alright. I'm going to get some clarity. I'll be right back. Alright, it took me till the 9th try to get clarity. It says I must avoid trouble. And I have 64 tries. If I get into trouble, then I lose a life. There are other things like the amount of faith needed. If you want to take a look at this app, we go to Program Editor. Open is 2. It's a function. You can look at the clarity. All right, let's look at all the different things that it talks about. Faith, the amount of faith needed to see it through. The urgency, it picks them at random. If you need to do this always or just like this one time, today I got one I'm supposed to do just one time. The risk, what you'll like, how much of your soul you'll lose if you don't see it through, or you see the opposite through. Time, so this one has a T over here in IME. This tells you how much time you're supposed to take, either 500%, which means 5 times as long as you think, down to 0%, which means right now, and 50% is 50% of the time you think. Lives is, I told you how many chances you get, how many times you get to not see it through. It puts them in, it prioritizes them for you, so you can see them through the most important first, and see them through in order, as much as you need. The next, and one of the more important ones, is catalog F4 name. If you just type in N, it goes right to name. Enter. All right. So if you didn't see this this words down here, you can always go back to catalog, and you don't have to push enter again, but you can always just look at this and then push escape when you're done. Someone wants to know the name, so we need quotation marks. Let's put in my name. Let's find out what my name means. And the magnifier, how many letters at a time you want to focus on. We'll just focus on 1 for the first part, and 2 the second part. Alright, so capital R is different than lowercase r. Capital R means do what's right. And truly can trust, that's little e. And then it skips I and N, M and I, the third and the fourth for last. And it goes to N, G, T, O, N. And it has different spots for different purposes. Number 7 is friends, that's my G. Obedient, that's O, that's 8. And then 9 is neutral, concerning work. Greater meaning. My work. Alright, then it goes to M and I. To perfectly be temporally blessed, or M, you must be yourself, or I, little I. Alright, let's say we want 2 of them at a time. It's a whole new meaning. You perfectly can trust to apply scriptures. So this is E, and then giant S is scriptures. I truly can be myself, to be neutral. I, and then N, little I, little N. So now it's 1 perfectly, and then 2 is truly, and it skips N and G, and T and O, which are now the 3rd and 4th spots, and it does truly can, and since there's 9 letters, there's like a 0 right here, or a blank spot, so it cannot be neutral. So that's how it reads that. Concerning my friends, and so that's the 7th spot. To perfectly be good, to be obedient, I must be obedient to understand. Alright. Last, and a lot of people's favorite, is the fortune telling from Numbers. So we go this is a shortcut. Catalog, F4, and then F, which is this one right here. And just down 1. Enter. Oh, you have to be on this line for it to work. Otherwise it does nothing. Alright. Fortune. Now let's put in a phone number for its fortune. There's an area code. Let's do my phone number. 7590. And let's see what it means. That's all it takes. It says, I perfectly can grow concerning my family, and I truly can be ignorant of my emotions concerning my extracurricular activities, to perfectly endure to the end. And this is the last part, 75, and then what does 90 mean? To perfectly endure to the end, I must rebel. It doesn't say whom against, but if you wanted to look up, something specific, you can select and it'll select randomly from, in this case, people. So let's see. Who should I rebel against? My in-laws. I'll be able to endure to the end. Yep, hope to get married someday. Well, thank you for watching this tutorial with me. Hope you learned something. Hope your fortunes tell you something. Don't stick with them too often. You want to be independent as well and not brain dead. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you.